Hey Harmonizers, welcome to Picking Up a New Mustang. It's a pretty exciting time when we're in Pennsylvania picking up a new Mustang from this holding facility. And this is Gentle Hearts Stables, and they're kind of like a place where they get different shipments in of Mustangs, and so horses basically get captured kind of near where they are, and then they get trucked to nearby facilities, and then horses can get kind of assigned or chosen, and this is one of the pickup locations. So it's very far east from where the horses originally came from. My horse came from Nevada, I believe Pancake, Nevada, and she's the little black one on the left. She's trying to steal hay from the other horse. It's kind of cute that they're relaxed and settled enough that they feel comfortable laying down and rolling, even though I'm standing right nearby. And you can see the horses in general look like they're in really good health. They look like they've got good bellies on them. So they're looking like they're well fed, which is really great. And my horse came with a shipment of horses that were largely from California, from the Devil's Garden corrals. But because I'm Canadian, I only get to choose horses that have 3 strikes against them, that they're basically what are called a sale authority horse. And it's because there's this weird rule with the Mustangs where if the Mustang is being offered for the first or second time through an auction or through some type of event or training challenge, you can only have them in the United States. And after they've been rejected 2 times by Americans, then they can be chosen by Canadians or can leave the States. And so usually it means I get the crazier horses or the smaller horses. I definitely don't get offered horses that are the really beautiful, colorful ones like the buckskins and the palominos. Those are very hard to be offered. And this little one said 14 hands on her sheet. You don't really get a lot of info when you pick up a new Mustang, or when you're choosing a Mustang for a challenge. You just get like a picture, their location, kind of basic markings. You really don't get a whole lot. And for her, it said 14-1. I'm guessing she might actually be shorter than that, but we'll have to find out once she is gentled and able to measure her and all those things. And this here is basically sorting her to go into the trailer. So you can see they get them into a narrow chute and kind of guide them and block along the way. And then when she gets to the trailer, these guys are really great that they allow her time to sniff and kind of think where she's going. And you see they've got the flag there that they can shoe her in, but they're being very gentle and slow. And then there you can see she gets a little bit of taps to just encourage her to go all the way in. And the door is completely shut very quickly. So that way the door can get latched and she's secure inside the trailer. And Miss Khaleesi is on the ride there as well, because we're on our way back from the Horse World Expo, picking up a Mustang on the way home, because it didn't really add much of a drive to go get her, so it just kind of made sense to do it that way. And she seems pretty relaxed in the trailer. I think she's going to have an easier trailer ride having a friend in the trailer, but there is a divider wall, so I do have a stud wall in my trailer, and it's got a really solid like rubber mat at the bottom. It's got this steel bars at the front, and then we added a blanket just to make sure that the Mustang didn't try to reach over and touch Khaleesi or something like that as well, but we let them be able to see each other. And I think Khaleesi kind of offered a little bit of calmness. Here's a little bit of a different view where you can see we tied the blanket up to make sure the Mustang didn't try to reach over as well, but there is a solid wall, like if the Mustang were to try to kick or something like that, there's the rubber matting. That's at the border, and this is at home. So finally getting her home in her Mustang pen, and then I'll show you a little bit of the clips of me walking around trying to greet her for the first time. So this is me holding the camera, but being in the pen with her. And I haven't had a lot of time to be out working with her. I've just been kind of recovering from the Horse World Expo, getting some rest, starting some different therapies for my brain injury that I'm starting to finally get treatment of, because the healthcare system in Canada is a little bit on the slow side. So it's taken a long time to get into these sessions. So I've been busy with that and just resting up from recovering from the expo. And of course, being a mom and still keeping up on like the regular mom duties and things like that. So I've only been out for some short sessions with her, but we were having some nicer weather, so it was nice to get out and spend a little bit of time with her and just get a feel for her. And my first impressions from her, it's a little bit of a different start for us this time. You can see there's a chicken walking through the camera there as well. But a different start in the sense of normally when I get my Mustangs, it's a little closer to summertime. So we have grass that I can use as a reward. And our hay that we have right now, our round bales, are a beautiful alfalfa mix. And because they're an alfalfa mix, it's already like a super yummy hay for them. So there's not really a whole lot of incentive for her to take food from me. I don't have grass to give her, and it would be hard to get a bale of like super nice alfalfa hay that would be better than what she's got in her round bale, which she has 24/7 access to. So it's a little bit different for me approaching, because normally if you've seen me in the past with my Mustang videos, I would have grass in my hand here and I would toss the Mustang some grass to try to help have a positive association of I give you nice things, and so that part's okay, and it does speed training a little bit and helps build that positive association. So this is just a different experience for me than usual, where I'm approaching without having any food to offer as rewards. I'm just going off of entirely body language and just being really relaxed and patient, which is pretty fitting as well, because I'm definitely just kind of going at my own speed, even though there is a competition in September that she's part of. It's the exact same competition where my accident happened, and I have no idea what kind of experience this is going to be for me emotionally or psychologically. I really don't know. And I don't know if as I'm doing this whole taming process, if I'm maybe going to get some memories back of what actually happened at the accident, because I don't remember the whole accident. I know what happened just off of what witnesses say happened, but I don't remember it at all. And I don't really remember the first week in the hospital either. So there's lots of memories that I'm missing there. And who knows, I may never get them back, and that's okay. I just don't know how this whole experience is gonna go. But remember, I had already signed up for this year's challenge before the accident, before the whole competition and everything else happened. So it's kind of like, well, I'm already in it. I may as well give it a go and see how things happen. Here we're both kind of looking at something off in the distance, and it will be a really interesting journey, because for me, this isn't really going to be about the competition. It's really going to be more about the healing part for me, and just that journey and kind of going back to the basics, because I'd gotten really busy of trying to share Mustangs with more people, because I'm pretty passionate about it. So I'd have other people at the farm that if they wanted a Mustang, we'd be sharing the pen, and I'd be helping them, trailer to different horse shows and helping them with leading and doing their first rides, and like really was pulled in many different directions of trying to share the experience with more people. So now I kind of get to go back to the beginning of, kind of like back when I got my first Mustang, where it's just me and my Mustang, and I can concentrate on just our relationship and that whole process and that connection. And then also it's a healing journey of the whole accident that happened in Pennsylvania was pretty bad. It was pretty traumatic. I nearly died, and I was in the hospital in the ICU for 10 days in Pennsylvania, and then into the regular part of the hospital. So it was a pretty bad injury. Could have meant that my girls grew up without a mother, which is like absolutely traumatizing to think about. And but I love horses. So it's kind of going back to just that whole basics piece and concentrating on just me and the horse and the relationship. So I'm pretty excited about all of that. Here you get to see her, a little clip with the round bale in the corner there, so you can see she's got full access to the round bale, and it's going to be a really interesting journey. So I hope you guys are excited to see what happens next. I definitely am excited too. Thanks for watching.
Remember to subscribe and check out harmonyhorsemanship.com for even more learning.